Earlier today, NBC News, The Today Show, posted a story from one of their respected and experienced reporters indicating that when Paul Pelosi opened the door for the police when they arrived, he actually backed up and moved closer to the assailant. And since this morning, they've actually deleted that story from their website and from Twitter. Watch.
NBC News learning new details about the moments police arrived. Sources familiar with what unfolded in the Pelosi residence now revealing when officers responded to the high-priority call, they were seemingly unaware they'd been called to the home of the Speaker of the House. After a knock and announce, the front door was opened by Mr. Pelosi. The 82-year-old did not immediately declare an emergency or try to leave his home, but instead began walking several feet back into the foyer toward the assailant and away from police. It's unclear if the 82-year-old was already injured or what his mental state was, say sources.
Now, that would absolutely be breaking news. Paul Pelosi called the police from the bathroom. When the police arrive, he opens the door, and instead of saying, "Hey, police, thanks for coming," there's the assailant. Instead, he indicates no sense of emergency and then walks back, retreats towards the assailant. That would be peculiar. But as I told you at the beginning of this video, NBC News has now deleted that tweet and the entire report from their website. Poof, gone. Now you go over to their website where it's supposed to be, the Today Show, and this is where this big white space is where the video is supposed to exist, but it's gone. And all that's left is an editor's note down at the bottom, which I've highlighted. This piece should not have aired because it did not meet NBC News reporting standards. That's interesting. So I said to myself, since I don't watch NBC News on a regular basis, who is this reporter? So Miguel, and I'm gonna get the name wrong, forgive me, Almaguer, forgive me, we're just gonna call him Miguel. Miguel has been with NBC News since 2009. So it's not like he's just, subbing in here or some stringer that's trying to make a name for himself. He's a legitimate or steady employee at NBC News. It's not just somebody that they picked off the waiver wire to fill in on this national important story. He is a mainstay at NBC News. In fact, if you read further down in his bio, he actually won an Edward R. Murrow Award for his coverage of the California firestorm, which was spectacular. Here's a clip.
These are the dangerous conditions firefighters are facing on the front lines. This blaze here is being driven by the wind.
You get the idea. This guy's legit as a reporter, right? That was from CB Valley, I believe, firestorm. And so I go over to Miguel's Twitter page, and he's got one of those smarmy bios here. Prolific coffee drinker, chronic undersleeper, raging warrior, road warrior. Okay, national correspondent for NBC Nightly News and The Today Show, based out of Los Angeles. I think he's originally from California. So then you go through his feed and you find out that not only is he a longtime reporter at NBC News, but he's been on this Pelosi story basically since the beginning, right? This is like this has been his story. He's been on it for quite some time. So it sounds as if one of two things. Either he committed a random act of journalism, as Rush would say, and in other words, he actually reported the truth, which is kind of what I think, or pretty close to it. Or two, or as my wife would say, B, he made a journalistic mistake. And that's possible. Maybe the sources that provided him information wouldn't cooperate. Who knows? Maybe they're completely false. Could be, but you need more of an explanation than just saying it didn't meet our standards. This is a national, if not worldwide, important story, at least national important story. It does not suffice to be just a small little editor's note and then memory hole it, right? Memory hole it. You need more to this. If you publish a story like that and you're just going to completely retract it, you have to have much more description, to the viewer, to the reader. What happened here? And that hasn't come yet. That's probably because, in my opinion, it's something closer to the truth than we've been told so far. Hey, I'm John F. Gately. You can call me Jack, broadcasting to you today from beautiful Plymouth, America's hometown in Massachusetts, behind enemy lines. Have a great day.